It's always hilarious when entitled people run into the best weapon to use against them. You guessed it, consequences. Story 1 is titled, Am I the butthole for making my girlfriend pump her own gas? Since me, 28 male, and my girlfriend, 27 female, started dating anytime she drove and had to get gas, I would pump it for her. Well, last week, she took me to work because her car does better in the snow than mine. When she came to pick me up from work, she was wearing pajamas that were shorts and a long sleeve button up. She even wore house shoes. I was embarrassed for my coworkers to see her like that. So when she stopped for gas, to teach her a lesson, I told her my back was sore and she could pump it. She said it was too cold and she wanted me to do it. She's the moron who wore shorts. I stood my ground and she pumped her own gas. But she wouldn't talk to me during the drive. We passed a sushi place on our way home, so I asked her to stop. She said no, but I kept persisting and she finally said okay. She told me I would have to run in. So when I finally did, when I came back out, she had left. I told my brother because I needed a ride home. He gave me a ride home, but he told me I was a jerk and deserved it. If there's any interest, I can update with what happened when I got home. It doesn't seem to be super relevant to my question, so I don't see the need to add it.
You're serious?
Before we go on to the updates, and believe me, they're definitely something, I always wonder why people need the internet to tell them they're in the wrong for something like this. You really are going to insult someone, not help them the way you normally help them, make them go out of their way to do something extra and think they're just going to tolerate it? Sounds like this guy showered in entitlement that morning and threw on some cologne with a fragrance called selfishness to boot. On to the first update. First, to answer questions, she pays for her own gas. She didn't get out of the car, but she doesn't have tinted windows. And I didn't expect her to dress up, but I did expect her not to look like a bum though. I'm still reading comments, so I'll add stuff that gets asked a lot to this and I'll try to respond to others. Now for what happened when I got home. We live in a very rural area, and I work about 35 to 45 minutes away. Apparently, my brother called my mom, who then called my girlfriend and told her what I had said. This did include me calling her a moron and saying how embarrassed I was. When I got back home, my girlfriend had moved all my stuff, including my clothes and other belongings, into the junk room. I tried to talk to her, but she locked herself in our room and ignored me. When I finally got her to talk to me, she basically listed everything I've done wrong in our relationship. The past week has been hell. She wouldn't take me to work when it was snowing, so I had to take myself, and my car got stuck twice. I missed 2 days of work because of her pettiness. I really don't think I was the butthole here, but I tried to justify and explain myself. I did admit I was trying to teach her a lesson, and we broke up. When I got home from work, she had all my belongings in boxes by the front door, and I guess that's that. I really didn't think I was the butthole, but obviously that's why I posted here. Everybody that wanted us to break up got what they wanted. I'm not sure if my update is too relationship-based, so if it gets taken down, I apologize.
Uh-oh. We got a moron here, is that it?
For a 28-year-old, I doubt this guy has had very many relationships, romantic or otherwise. You call somebody a name like that because they're trying to do you a favor because you have a crappy car, and then you're shocked that they don't want to deal with you? She drove 90 minutes round trip to make sure he had a reliable way to get to work, and he's sitting there caring that his coworkers might see his girlfriend in pajamas. Anybody who cares about what somebody has on picking you up, they have way too much time on their hands. But if you think this is bad, wait till you see what he does next. I still can't believe he's shocked that he got the Beyonce treatment with everything he owns being in the box to the left at the front door. Buckle up. This dude digs a huge hole. Our next update is in legal advice titled, "Can I take legal action against my girlfriend for kicking me out? My now ex-girlfriend and I got in a petty argument and broke up. She kicked me out of the house and I want to know if there's any legal action I can take. The house was a gift from her parents and is in her name, but she kicked me out without any warning, causing me to have to move back in with my parents, and I simply don't want to live with them. Is there a way I can make her have to let me move back in? Edit, the state of North Carolina."
That's not how this works.
Wow, talk about delusional. He's calling her petty when he called her a moron for wearing pajamas to pick him up from his job. Then he's living in her house, probably not paying any rent, wanting to know if he has legal options to come back into the house. And why would he want to? Has he ever seen Investigation Discovery? That wouldn't end well for him. But without people like that, we wouldn't have Reddit and we wouldn't have this channel. Ready for more consequences? On to story 2. Story 2 is titled, "My coworker tried to quit dramatically, but the manager said okay too fast." Today, one of my coworkers stormed into the manager's office yelling, "I've had it with this place. I quit." Clearly expecting drama, maybe some begging. The manager just looked up from his computer and said, "Okay, good luck out there." My coworker froze and stammered, "Wait, you're just letting me quit?" The manager shrugged and went back to typing. 5 minutes later, my coworker sheepishly asked if they could unquit. Manager said no. The silence in the office that day was louder than their entrance. I bet they learned a lesson. Most jobs can survive without most people. Like OP said, they probably thought there was going to be a big production where they beg them to stay or try to negotiate with them and find out what's wrong. But a lot of companies are like, "You're replaceable. We found you. We'll find somebody else." That reminds me of stories that I've heard from old school parents where kids were like, "I'm running away." And they were like, "Okay, let me help you pack your stuff." Story 3 will be our last story for the day, and we've got more consequences. Titled, "Am I the butthole for trying to test a girl's nerd? I, 20 male, don't think I did anything wrong, but my friends are all saying I'm a butthole. So I have a group of friends and we're all, quite frankly, nerds. We met this girl I'll call Lori 2 years ago. The other guys all like her. They think she's great and knows all about things we're into, but I had a feeling she's not really one of us. I put up with it for 2 years, but I can't shake the feeling. So last time we were all together before the quarantine, I decided to test her nerd. She seemed surprised but could answer all my questions until I got to Star Trek. I was feeling pretty confident until she asked me to clarify. Apparently I misspoke and accidentally asked a trick question. All my friends jumped on me, accusing me of being a butthole and saying she didn't need to pass some test to hang out with them and how I needed to get over it. Another friend pointed out that I wasn't the guardian of the group. I got mad no one was taking my side and left. Quarantine happened shortly after, and I recently found out they've all been chatting with her. I told her I didn't appreciate her stealing my friends. She never replied, but one of my friends yelled at me for a while after. I got mad that no one was listening to me and said it was me or her. He said her. None of my other friends have messaged me since. My brother said I was trying to be king of the nerds and gatekeeping and should apologize. I don't think I need to apologize for anything, and they should apologize for not hearing me out. So tell me, am I the butthole for just trying to make sure Lori was an actual nerd like us? Edited to add, I knew I shouldn't have posted on here. You guys don't get it. I'm not going to apologize for being suspicious of her intentions and being angry because my so-called friends bailed on me for some chick they've only known for 2 years. I was not gatekeeping. I was trying to make sure she wasn't trying to be trendy. Through this, I won't be back.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
It looks like we have 2 stories in today's episode where some guys lack some serious social skills. Who cares if they're not on the same level of knowing a certain subject as you are? You could teach them, and you could have had a new friend. And now somewhere you're all by yourself because you decided to pull an Eric Cartman. Well, keep it coming because I appreciate the content. I also love it when those people ask for advice, get the advice, and then get mad that somebody's giving them what they asked for, and then they act like an old school talk show and they say, "You don't know me." So we'll wrap this one up. Thanks so much for stopping by to watch another video with me. I always appreciate any time you give me. It's an honor and a privilege to try to entertain you. We will see you next time at Storytime with Sean. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. Now on your screen, YouTube is showing you some other videos that are available to watch. You can get your fill of Entitled People, Petty and Pro Revenge, as well as a playlist from when we used to be called Narrations by Sean. All of it's funny, all of it's worth your time, and if you're looking for extra, I've got another playlist of stuff I wrote and performed myself. See you later.